The French port of Saint-Nazaire, March 1942. Home to the Normandy dry dock, the only facility on the Atlantic coast capable of servicing the German battleship Tirpitz. The British Admiralty faced a chilling strategic dilemma. If the Tirpitz broke into the Atlantic from Norway, this dock would be its sanctuary. Destroying it became an absolute priority. The plan, codenamed Operation Chariot, was audacious to the point of insanity. Ram the dock gates with an explosive-laden destroyer, land commandos to destroy the dock's machinery, and fight their way out. A suicide mission, plain and simple. On the moonless night of March 28, 1942, a raiding force of 612 men set sail from Falmouth. At its heart was HMS Campbeltown, a vintage World War I destroyer, stripped of non-essential weight and packed with 4.5 tons of delayed-action high-supply explosives in her forward compartments. Escorted by 16 motor launches and a motor gunboat, the flotilla, disguised with German flags, made its daring approach up the Loire estuary. They were detected. At 1:34 a.m., the harbor's defenses erupted. Searchlights pierced the darkness, and a storm of 20mm, 37mm, and 88mm fire raked the small craft. The Campbeltown, her bridge a shattered wreck, her commander dead, pressed on through a hail of steel. At 1:34 a.m. precisely, HMS Campbeltown, her bows a mangled wreck from the initial defensive fire, struck the southern caisson of the Normandy dock at 19 knots. The impact was catastrophic for the ship, embedding her squarely into the massive steel gate. As planned, her 4.5-ton Amatal charge, set on an 8-hour fuse, remained silent. Simultaneously, 265 commandos from the newly formed No. 2 Commando stormed ashore from the Campbeltown and the accompanying motor launches. Their mission, systematically destroy the dock's pumping machinery and winding mechanisms. For over an hour, fierce close-quarters combat raged along the quays as commandos fought German garrison troops in a brutal battle of grenades, Sten guns, and bayonets. The withdrawal was a bloodbath. Most of the motor launches were destroyed by point-blank fire. Of the 612 men who sailed, only 228 returned. 169 were killed, 215 became prisoners of war. The strategic aftermath was absolute. At noon on March 28th, the delayed action charges aboard the Campbeltown detonated. The explosion was titanic, obliterating the destroyer and the southern caisson of the dock. The Normandy dock was rendered useless for the remainder of the war. The Tirpitz never dared venture into the Atlantic, deprived of its only viable repair base. Operation Chariot, though devastating in its human cost, was a complete strategic success. It stands in military history as one of the most daring and perfectly executed raids of all time, a 612-man suicide mission that changed the course of the naval war in the Atlantic.